If the ads you run for your store feel pricey, that can be because your Shopify store isn't sending your customer list to Google, which can make the audience you advertise to become outdated or irrelevant. In this video, I'm going to show you how to export your Shopify customer list to use it in a retargeting campaign, custom audiences, and generally to improve the quality of your leads. And stay with me until the end, because later I'm going to show you the tool that helped me automate this process for my store, a tool that automatically keeps my customers list synced with my ad account and refreshes it periodically. This makes everything much easier and helps my ad campaigns perform better. So let's say that you've run the store for a while and you gathered enough pixel data, but your campaigns still don't perform as you would want. How can that happen? Why is your campaign not working out? Well, it turns out that if these events are not properly tracked, they are defining your segments, your customer segments, and defining the new potential customers when you are creating lookalike audiences. If you have the wrong people inside this segment, if you use this segment to create a new lookalike audience, you're going to have a poor lookalike audience. It's not going to work out that well because these events will define those audiences. But what can cause one of these events not to be tracked correctly? Well, a pixel is a piece of HTML that will be installed on your store, either on your theme itself, like on the theme.liquid file, or through a pixel manager. So if you added it incorrectly to the wrong template, or if the user refreshes the page, so if they got to the thank you page and they refresh the page multiple times, then you get more events that are not true. If your team, for example, goes and checks the thank you pages for some widget you added in there, then the event gets tracked as well if you don't exclude yourself. If you have a combination of these, your data gets polluted. Then obviously if the source of data is polluted, then you're going to have a polluted audience. You're going to show ads to the wrong people. They will not respond, and then your campaign is not working out. To avoid this, there are a couple of things that you can do. The first one is to make sure that your pixels fire correctly. If you're not technical, you may want to hire someone to help you figure out if your pixels fire correctly, because if you don't, you're going to waste a lot of money showing your ads to the wrong people. And if you want to make sure that your ads show to the right people and you want to have the right lookalike audiences, you can just download your information from your Shopify store, the list of customers. You can download it and upload it to your ads platforms, and then you can create lookalike audiences starting from that information that you know it's first party and that is accurate. To export your information from your Shopify store, you actually have a couple of ways of doing that. The first one being the native integration. Yeah, Shopify has a native integration, but the problem with it is that it is only available to Shopify Plus accounts. If you're not on a Shopify Plus account, you're going to get this message over here and you won't be able to install the app on your store. So for the rest of us that don't have a Shopify Plus subscription, we can do it manually. So we have here a manual export and import that can be done. That is a little bit of manual work because you're going to have to download the CSV file. You're going to have to edit the CSV file in order to make it compliant with what Google or Facebook wants. And then you're going to have to re-upload that file periodically, depending on the size of your store. You may want to upload that once a day, once a week, once a month, depending on how much traffic you have. And that's a little bit of work. A lot of people forget about it, and that's why their audiences get diluted and then their budgets get wasted on the wrong people. This method is not ideal due to the manual work, the risk of making mistakes while doing that work, and so on. And we are left with one more option, and I'm going to recommend here an app that I've been using for a while, and that app actually allows me to export customers automatically. Once set, the app can then send the new conversion data that I get on my store periodically, like once a day. I can send the new customers to my ads platform so that my custom audiences don't go stale. The name of the app I'm talking about is Kuma Audiences. If you want to try it out, you're going to find it on the Shopify's App Store, or you're going to find the link in the description of this video. So after the installation, you're gonna have the list of platforms that it accepts. You can connect Meta, Google, TikTok, and Pinterest. On the app's dashboard first, you will be prompted to connect your platforms. I already connected Google in my case. Kuma will suggest here the best customer segments you can export from your store with just one click. Let's say that you want to create this promising customer segment. You can just click create and the customer segment gets created. If you have segments already created inside Shopify, you can just go and use those. Inside Shopify, go to segments, select the one you want, click the three dots, click use segment, and in the list you will find the Kuma integration. After selecting it, you'll have the syncing options on the pop-up. Now in the app, you can also see the segments down below and you can create new ones if you want, and you can check the connectivity on each by clicking on the gear icon. At the top, you can see that once synced, the audience is updated every 24 hours. This way, your lookalike audiences or retargeting campaigns will have all the fresh data that they need. After activating, you can check the audience inside Google Ads under Tools, Audience Manager, and your data segments. Scroll and you will find the audience that was created. Note that it can take up to 48 hours for the platforms to register the changes, but once the audience published, it will be refreshed by Kuma every 24 hours so that your campaigns have always the best chances to find the right people. Now with Kuma, everything gets done automatically, but if you still want to do it manually, I'm going to show how you can do that. First, head to your Shopify store and in the dashboard, you're going to click on the customers section. Here you have all your customers. I'm going to segment out a group of people to upload to my Google Ads. What I have to do is to click on segments and then create segment. Once you see this option here, you're going to click on the arrow down and you're going to click inside the box. To select all my customers that live in Germany, I'm going to write here customer_countries and then contain, and I'm going to add in there the E, which is Germany. Then you're going to continue by selecting the and option to add another filter. Type first order date and then scroll to is not null or exists. This will make sure that the customer have bought at least once from you. Now you're going to click on run and you're going to see this change here. This is a count of the customers that actually fit this description. If you want to save this segment so that you can work on it later, you can do it from over here. But in my case, I'm just going to click on more options and export from over here. This will open a pop-up and I will leave everything as it is in here and hit export. And this will send you the list of customers in an email. Then open a Google Sheet document, then click File, Import, Upload and Browse and select the CSV file that you just got in your email. On this pop-up, instead of creating a new sheet, I'm going to append this to this sheet that I have open now. Then I'm going to import data. After the data gets populated, we will have to format it the way Google says right here. And we need to make sure that we spell the titles in the same way they did. Inside the Google Sheet, we will have to remove all the unnecessary rows. Then make sure you name the rows exactly as per the requirements and reorder them as per the example as well. When finished, hit File, Download and select CSV, separated values. Now head to Google Ads in Tools, Audience Manager and click on your data segments. Click on the plus here, select customer list, then Shopify, and you're gonna have an option to upload a file manually. The first option you have there is Google and YouTube app that sends your products and purchase events to Google. The second option is the Shopify Audiences app that we talked about earlier. It creates ready-made audiences, but it's just for Shopify Plus subscriptions. What we want is to go to upload manually, and after clicking the button, you will be able to name your segment, select the customer and data type. If you want to see the file formatting instructions again, you're gonna have them right there. Then click Browse and find your CSV file. I'm going to leave the expiration date as it is. You can change it if you want to, and you can also add in here a segment description. After you're done, you just have to click on Save and Continue, and Google will start populating the customer list. This is a bit of manual work. Again, the Kuma app does this automatically for you. If you want to try it out, you're going to have a link in the description. Okay, now that you know how to keep your customer list fresh inside Google, ensuring it always targets the right people, I think you'll be interested in seeing this video next. Click it and I'll see you there.